Hello, my name is Lola, and I'm going to be reacting to The Boys Season 3, Episode 5 breakdown, theories, and details you missed. I had just seen this episode, and it was awesome. And if you want to see my reaction, it's in the description down below. If you want to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, you can. Or if you don't want to, that's fine too. I just do this for fun. Here we go.
On this episode of The Boys.
America is safe, okay? It is safe. So, everyone, get out there, go to your restaurants.
But as you see, it's a beautiful day, the beaches are open, and the people are having a wonderful time.
I didn't love you. I hated you.
You should be wailing, you stone cold bitch.
This is a gay bar. Wait, what?
Remember last episode how we saw Mother's Milk and Kimiko steal confidential files from the secret Russian lab? Well, it looks like they were able to retrieve video too. Video of Soldier Boy being tested and tortured on by the Russians. We get some interesting info here, like how both his internal and external tissue is essentially bulletproof, and due to some sort of procedure, Soldier Boy registers high amounts of radiation. This happened on January 24th, so it likely has nothing to do with church.
And any of those Supernatural fans that caught that, January 24th, that is Eric Kripke's wife's birthday. And it's also the birthday of Dean Winchester, the character that Jensen played previously before doing The Boys. That's awesome, man.
Chernobyl. This is how Butcher knows Soldier Boy is near when his Geiger counter goes off. The world thinks Soldier Boy died stopping a nuclear reactor from exploding in 1984, but as we learn in this episode, his former lover, Crimson Countess, was complicit in his capture. Near the end of the episode, Soldier Boy confronts the Countess, believing it was the Russians who paid her off. We never find out who the mastermind behind this plan was. We're kinda left in the dark that she may have just done this out of spite, but I think there's a bit more here, and my guess is that Stan Edgar and Vought played some part. Just think of it from their perspective. If the Russians were able to stop superheroes, like how we saw Soldier Boy nullify Kimiko's powers, they could then pose a threat to US hegemony. And yes, I googled that word to sound smart. Currently, no country dare defy America, what with their abundance of superheroes and arguably strongest weapon, Homelander. But if the Russians could stop supes, war could ignite, and Vought could make heaps of money loaning their superheroes to the US government. Remember, the reason Stan Edgar was in South America to begin with was to do a trial run of superheroes being used in combat, something that hadn't been done for 30 years. Supes in the military has been something Stan Edgar has wanted since season 1. But Crimson Countess working with Vought to bring down Soldier Boy also serves a personal purpose. Yes, they were a couple, but his flirting with Grace Mallory suggests he was a womanizer, and his edited comments from his Don't Do Drugs campaign show he was a drug addict and verbally abusive.
Is this hot?
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Christ! It's fucking unprofessional!
The video also shows us what appears
that
to be
part.
Soldier Boy's only weakness, halothane, a general anesthetic seen here in gas form. Butcher brings a few canisters of this with them to Crimson Countess's trailer just in case they need to use it. We also get our first look at Kimiko, who wasn't looking too hot at the end of last episode, where it was discovered her powers have stopped working. Butcher's lack of caring for her has caused a rift between him and Mother's Milk.
You don't give a shit about Kimiko.
His decision to take Temp V is to, quote, level the playing field, but MM reminds him why the boys exist in the first place, so that no one should have that kind of power. It's here Butcher has a hallucination of a young boy, billed in the credits as Teen. We saw him a few episodes ago when Butcher is about to take Temp V for the first time. My best guess is that this is Butcher's dead brother, Lenny. In season 2, Butcher's father, Sam, blames Butcher for Lenny's death, that he left him to join the British SAS and wasn't there for Lenny when he needed him most. Considering all the shots of this boy are followed by voiceover of Huey, the writers are trying to parallel Lenny with Huey. Huey has become a sort of younger brother to Butcher, whether he likes it or not, and being there for Huey might be some form of redemption for him. And congratulations to Ashley, nominated as the new CEO of Vought. Talk about a meteoric rise to one of the biggest companies in the world. No doubt this is Homelander's doing. He knows he can easily control her, but this first board meeting doesn't go go over as planned, considering Homelander's complete lack of business knowledge. He doesn't know the first thing about running a company. We'll even see how he completely fumbles the handling of Soldier Boy's first attack. If this is how things are starting, maybe Stan Edgar was right, that the people will come to see how bad of a person Homelander really is. Back in crime analytics, the Deep has been promoted to head of the division, a division he'll axe most of its members when it's found out they all had views on social media critical of Vought. There is one survivor, however. You might remember Annika, who once offered Black Noir in Almond Joy. There's one on her desk, and even Huey has one in his apartment with Starlight. Of note here is Cassandra, once again pulling the Deep's strings, mouthing all the words to his planned out speech, no doubt written by her. And just how the Deep is gonna cover his job, fight crime, and promote his new movie, Not Without My Dolphin, which you can see the trailer for on Vought's YouTube channel, is beyond me. In true Vought fashion, Supersonic's death has been covered up, calling it an overdose. Huey easily opens a jar of Smuckers, which back in episode 1 he needed Starlight's help, and he comes clean about his use of Compound V, saying he's done taking it.
So that was a fucking lie.
Huey is really sabotaging his own relationship with Starlight, keeping secrets from her when he said there would be no more secrets, and not telling her about his eventual sting operation with Butcher and Soldier Boy. This relationship is not looking good. Meanwhile, Soldier Boy seems to have found a flight from Russia back to America, as we'll see him later in New York exploding when triggered by some delightful Russian music. This whole event makes me wonder if this triggering could be exploited by any of the others. Butcher looks over his necklace of St. Christopher, which was the necklace he gave to Ryan and was subsequently thrown away. For more info on its meaning, check out my Season 2 video. Maeve has arrived with more vials of Temp V. With Homelander having a clamp on things at Vought, I wonder if her stealing of these vials will pop up on his radar. I mean, there's gotta be someone at Vought who's like, hey, we've lost a half dozen vials of our top secret soup serum. With the Russia job a bust, Maeve and Butcher discuss the alternatives. The plain video won't do them any good. Homelander will just go on a rampage, and Ryan is still too young to take on his dad. So Butcher does what anyone with nothing to do does, take a trip to Maeve's inclusive kingdom, and all I can think is,
Let's just say that Maeve can bend a steel pipe without using her hands.
Little Nina is pissed about what happened in Russia. With 10 dead Russian soldiers and a classified lab destroyed, Frenchie is now in her debt. And in order to pay this debt, he must kill Pyotr Simonov and his daughter Katerina. We aren't quite sure who they are, nor if it's integral to the plot. I just love how Little Nina blows smoke in this guy's face. This is all bad news for Frenchie, who, just last episode, told Kimiko he'd leave with her after this final job. It'll be interesting to see what he ends up doing. In the background of the hallway at Vought Tower, you can make out a Silver Kincaid and Crimson Countess poster. Silver Kincaid was one of the finalists in American Hero, the reality TV show where Homelander announced he was dating Starlight. In this super short scene, pardon the pun, Starlight digs deep into A-Train for ratting them out to Homelander and getting Supersonic killed.
Why are you so desperate to be with people who hate you?
This is all part of A-Train's character arc this season, discovering who he really is. In the next scene, A-Train is given the opportunity to talk with Blue Hawk, the soup accused of targeting black communities for his reality TV show Red, White, and Blue Justice. This meeting was allowed by Homelander as a thank you for turning in Supersonic and exposing Starlight's plan. A-Train wants a public apology from Blue Hawk, and what better place than in a community he was accused of discriminating against. There he surprises his brother with Blue Hawk's appearance, and Blue Hawk could not give a shit about being there. The whole apology is a sham, with Blue Hawk increasingly getting riled up and eventually taking his anger out on the people, one of whom is A-Train's brother, who we'll later see in the hospital and who will never walk again. This raises the stakes for A-Train. It's now personal. Will he finally stand up to Homelander and Blue Hawk, or will he, as Starlight said, be desperate to be with the people who hate him? I love the added touch of congratulations flowers in the background, one of them from US Senator Lindsey Graham, who she calls a gooch licker and who, in real life, was accused of sucking up to Trump as soon as he won the Republican nomination. I really like this scene where Soldier Boy takes in his surroundings in New York. Remember, the guy hasn't been out in the real world in nearly 40 years, so seeing an openly gay couple and ads like Queen Maeve's Show Your True Colors are a bit weird for him. I also like the Robert Singer and Ted Cruz 2024 presidential posters. Mother's Milk is upset when he finds Janine's stepdad, Todd, is letting his his daughter watch propaganda about Homelander. He knows how Vought manipulates the media to make their corrupt supes look like heroes. His grandfather died in a car crash likely caused by an impaired Soldier Boy, but as we saw in one of MM's newspaper clippings, it was covered up to make it look like Soldier Boy was a hero. Todd has drunk the Vought Kool-Aid, we saw him dress up as Homelander for Janine's birthday, and giddy as a schoolgirl when Homelander made his unhinged speech. Meanwhile, Huey and Butcher investigate the aftermath of Soldier Boy's attack on 59th Street. The radiation in the area is off the charts, but this scene is really meant to bring Mother's Milk back into the fold. He wants to stop Soldier Boy, but knows he can't do it on his own. If there's any chance of success, he'll need to team up with the boys who are really getting the hang of taking this Temp V, something he very much disapproves of. Thankfully, MM has a lead, the legend, former VP of Hero Management at Vought before Madeline Stillwell. This character was teased on the official The Boys Twitter account, and if you zoom in, you can even see they put the actor's name who plays him hidden in the picture. It was him who covered up what Soldier Boy did to Mother's Milk's family. His apartment is filled with all sorts of memorabilia, from photos with Burt Reynolds, Carrie Fisher, Steve McQueen, Dennis Hopper, and Roy Scheider. If I got any of those names wrong, let me know. I didn't grow up in the 80s. There are even some cool movie posters like This Means Noir, Crimson, a Budweiser ad starring Soldier.
Yeah, that's not Soldier Boy, dude. That's Liberty, dude. You know, the hero Stormfront was before she became Stormfront.
Soldier Boy and Payback, which I'm assuming stars the members of our team we met down in South America. And for all you horn dogs out there, here are pictures of Shannon Tweed and Kelly LeBrock, just two of the women the legend, well, you know. Now, the legend is hesitant on helping the boys. After all, the last time he tried to help, he lost his leg in an undercover hooker sting trying to bring down a soup named Electroshock. But he ends up divulging that Soldier Boy came to pick up his supersuit and that he wanted the address of his girlfriend, Crimson Countess. Maeve watches Homelander quell the fears of the American people after the recent terrorist attack by Soldier Boy. The Storm Chasers, Stormfront's fanatical white supremacy-oriented followers, have already said the attack was by Stan Edgar to discredit Homelander. But Maeve is interrupted by John. Yes, Maeve uses the name Homelander was called by the doctor who raised him, Jonah Vogelbaum, which I found to be quite interesting. Homelander talks about how she and her used to be good together, but she says she hated him from the start. This is almost exactly the same thing Crimson Countess says about her relationship with Soldier Boy. Maeve is then attacked by Black Noir, who probably wants to get back at her for almost killing him with an almond joy last season. Butcher and Huey make the decision to take more Temp V, which MM doesn't approve of.
If you don't draw the line somewhere, how the hell are you gonna know where you stand?
But Butcher says their enemies don't have a line.
I ain't drawing no line.
Starlight confronts Ashley about Maeve's whereabouts. It's the Global Wellness Retreat, of course, which if you've been following Vought News is the place soups go for rehab. But Starlight knows Ashley is full of shit, and in a moment of weakness, she admits she's scared. This is one of those make or break scenes for Ashley's character, with her ultimately siding with Homelander and telling Starlight to take a hike. This likely means something really bad is in Ashley's future. I do think Maeve is still alive. This might even be her in the background of a future fight scene against Soldier Boy found in the trailer. Kimiko and Frenchie are watching the 1943 film Girl Crazy starring the Wizard of Oz's Judy Garland. It's the beginning of a fantastic musical dream sequence where Kimiko gets her voice back. These dreams of reclaiming her voice started back in episode 1 where she sings Dream a Little Dream. Again, the attention to detail here is amazing. We have bedpans being used as drums, defibrillators sparking, and even superhero posters in the background like Black Noir's Be a Hero, Give Blood. Unfortunately, the dream can't last, and when Frenchie goes for coffee, he's caught by Nina and her thug. Nina's been trying to get a hold of him since he was supposed to have taken out that dude and his kid. Meanwhile, at the future grounds of Chimp Country, Crimson Countess's refuge for apes, I guess she's had to resort to camming to pay for this big project. Only $19.50 a minute, and she's camming with none other than Seth Rogen, or should I say Sir Comes-A-Lot 779. I'm pretty sure Seth is playing himself in this scene. He's one of the executive producers of The Boys, and he also mentions he once worked with the monkey from Outbreak. Huey and Butcher end up using Crimson Countess as bait for Soldier Boy, tying up her hands since her powers don't work unless they're put together. Throwing a wrench in the plan is Starlight, who unbeknownst to Huey was asked to come by Mother's Milk. Huey has not only not told Starlight about his extremely dangerous plan, but he's also taken Temp V again, something he told her he wouldn't do. Huey wants to feel like he can save Starlight for once, but what he needs to understand is that's not what Starlight wants.
I don't need you to save me, Huey.
I need you.
Meanwhile, Butcher roofied MM's water, knowing MM would never have gone along with their partnership with Soldier Boy. So Soldier Boy arrives with his old suit and a dapper new shave, and one of the things this show does so well in establishing is empathy for unlikable characters. I actually felt a little bit sad for Soldier Boy when he said the one thing he clung to all those years was the hope that Crimson Countess would come and rescue him. And when he learns the truth that Crimson Countess was complicit in his capture, he burns her to a crisp. But the episode ends on a big decision by Huey. Go with Starlight or go with Butcher and Soldier Boy. Huey believes he needs to team up with Soldier Boy for the greater good, to take down Homelander. And part of Huey's character arc this season is realizing the only way you can take down Vought and these corrupt soups is by stooping to their level.
Thought we could fight Vought the right way, but we can't. It's all rigged. If we're gonna take them down, we have to do whatever it takes.
Even though Huey thinks he's doing this to save Starlight from Homelander, it's not what Starlight wants. And this is now the third episode in a row that ends on a close-up of Starlight, leading me to believe something really big is gearing up for her character. I would not be surprised if Starlight dies this season or someone dies trying to save her. It would be ironically tragic if Huey's efforts to save Starlight actually end up getting her killed. I mean, the writers have been telegraphing this save quite a bit.
Let me save you for once. This is the only way that I can save you from Homelander. I can finally save you for once.
In the trailer, we see Starlight eventually fighting Soldier Boy alongside Mother's Milk. So it'll be interesting if we kind of have three factions at war here. Butcher and Huey with Soldier Boy, Starlight and Mother's Milk, and Homelander and Vought. Whatever's in store for us, shit is definitely gonna hit the fan. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like and subscribe, and for more bad takes, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at ThinkStoryYT. Until next time, remember,
He's such a good slicker.
Man, I can't wait for the next episode, because the next episode is going to be the Hero-gasm. What? Yeah, like, man. But also there's Black Noir, because, I mean, Black Noir, when he sees Soldier Boy, he's probably going to want some vengeance, because of Soldier Boy and the rest of Payback, they're the reason that his face was messed up, why he can't talk, so he might try to kill Soldier Boy. And, you know, like, what's Soldier Boy's reaction gonna be to finding out that Gunpowder is dead? Like, is he gonna, you know, gonna go after who killed him, or is he just gonna be like, who cares? Like, man, I don't need no sidekick. I mean, look what I can do now. Like, he can shoot freaking energy and fire or whatever out of his chest or whatever. And what else was there? Oh yeah, like I said, January 24th. That's the birthday of Eric Kripke's wife and Dean Winchester, the character that Jensen Ackles, who plays Soldier Boy, who he previously played before being cast in The Boys. And I guess that's it. That's my reaction to The Boys Season 3, Episode 5 breakdown, theories, and details you missed. Like I said, you can see my full reaction in the description down below. See you on the next one. Bye.